I'm so excited that you're tuning in today. Today, we're going to talk about enjoying and feeling connected to your body. So, one thing I've really realized the last weeks is that when we are connected to our enjoyment, things that used to feel hard are now feeling easy. And things that used to feel like I need to work hard in order to do that now feels like, oh, I get to do that and it's fun. So, for example, when we consider working on our business, what is considered hard work? Hard work is it when we don't enjoy doing it, right? But if we learn to enjoy doing things, then it doesn't feel like hard work. And then it feels like, oh, we're just doing something. What is the difference between work and just doing your hobby? That you like doing the hobby, right? Because it also takes energy to do the hobby. If your hobby is playing tennis or playing hockey, so I played hockey. So what's the difference between playing hockey and listen to my hockey coach tell me the strategies and sitting down and then learning and then go out and train and run? What is the difference between doing that and working on my business? It's both activities that take energy. So I've realized that when we are connected from feeling good in our body, everything feels hard. And for the longest time in my life, I felt like everything felt hard and everything felt like exhausting. And I didn't have the energy to do a lot of things in my free time, because in my free time, everything I just wanted to do was rest, because I didn't feel like I'd had energy for anything. I felt always so exhausted and so like heavy. And now I understand why. Because when we have experienced a lot of trauma, the energy is still trapped in our body. And we are disconnected from feeling good. Because when you are experiencing, for example, abuse or any kind of difficult situation that's overwhelming for your system at that time, you are trying to secure your survival. And when you're trying to secure your survival, you're not like, your priority is not enjoyment and your priority is not pleasure, because your priority is survival. And when we focus on survival and our whole body, our whole system focus on survival, it doesn't allow us to feel pleasure, because that's not the time to feel pleasure and to enjoy. So when we're consistently in that state of survival mode, we don't have the ability to enjoy and fully enjoy what we're doing. And I remember when I was boarding school, there were like two girls, and they were like doing like jewelry and things like that, and they were just asking me like, do you never do things just out of enjoyment? Because I was in the mode of like waking up at 5 or 6, always working out, learning about business, always reading, super disciplined. And I was like, no, like that's a waste of time. And I get why I was thinking it at that time, and I don't think it's wrong that I didn't do things for enjoyment, because my life circumstances really were like, okay, you gotta do something in order to get into a better position in life. So it made sense at that time, and maybe they did not have that position in life, so they could have the space to just do things out of enjoyment. But doing things out of enjoyment is kind of luxury, because you're then not thinking about survival, right? You're above that. Yeah, like your basic needs are being met. So, but now I really understand why I said that. So, reconnecting with our pleasure and reconnecting with our ability to enjoy, I have realized that there are a lot of emotions coming up, a lot of emotions, because all of the repressed pain and all of the repressed sadness and all of the repressed grief and hurt is blocking the pleasure, right? It's blocking feeling good. So I've realized while I was now really focusing on reconnecting to feeling good in my body and reconnecting to feeling pleasure and reconnecting to enjoying things, that there were a lot of unprocessed emotions coming up, and then it allowed me to enjoy. And I realized that I try to do a lot of things and achieve a lot of things in order to finally feel good, in order to finally feel safe, in order to finally feel secure. And no thing can give me that. Like no thing. Like no physical materialistic thing can give you that feeling. Like for example, so I'm touching it right now all the time. I got like this cute jewelry piece. I don't know if you can see it. And then the earrings are kind of matching. And it arrived yesterday evening, and I really wanted it for quite some time, but it was sold out in the Netherlands and in Germany. So now I got it from Belgium, and it is nice, right? It's nice. I really wanted it, but does it make me happier? Does it make me like, does the pain go away? No. It is nice and I like it and I'm grateful that I have it and I think it looks cute and I think it looks pretty. But it doesn't really raise my emotional baseline, and it doesn't really raise my, like, it does not take unprocessed pain away from me. That is something no external thing can give me. That is something I have to do by myself. And yeah, and then when you learn to enjoy and you reconnect to that feeling of enjoyment and reconnect to that feeling of pleasure, you can enjoy anything. You don't need like more expensive things that will not feel better. You will feel better when you have the capacity to feel better in your body. I hope that makes sense, because it really, 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 really took me years of understanding that. And it's basically, in order to feel good and in order to feel pleasure in your body needs to feel safe enough, secure enough to allow yourself to feel pleasure. Because in survival mode, pleasure is not a priority and pleasure does not make sense. Also, if you want to feel pleasure, you need to unnumb yourself. Because if we have experienced a lot of challenging and maybe traumatic situations, our body numbs itself because, or we numbing ourselves because we don't want to feel the pain. And then if you want to feel the pleasure, you need to go through the pain. And it's so nice, it's so freeing. I don't want to like scare anyone. It is the best feeling I've ever felt. I'm so excited to like go on this journey and like to unleash even more, because connected with the pleasure, there's so much. Like if you unleash that, then you also unleash all the topics around guilt and shame, and also all the topics about like your personal power and your like a next level of confidence, like true inner confidence. So that's kind of the inner work that I'm doing right now, and it is so much fun. It's so much fun to see the difference, and it's so much fun to see the connection between those topics and money. Because when you connect more to your pleasures, you realize that money can be easy, and you realize that money can be fun, because you can be fun and you can enjoy and you feel pleasure. So making money and earning money will also feel more pleasurable, because the service or whatever you're doing in order to receive money, whatever you do to produce value for somebody else and they're giving you money in exchange, will feel more fun, will feel more easy, will feel good in your body. So then you associate money also with a feeling of lightness and good and enjoyment and fun, which before I used to associate more with struggle and pain. Also because I thought money is part of the reason why I feel all of this pain. But that's not true. A lot of fears that I had, I projected onto money, not realizing that when I worked through the fear and my financial situation didn't change, I didn't feel the fear anymore. The financial situation wasn't the problem, the fears were. Yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun to see. And also the next level of fun is kind of unleashing for me, because I know people would always say, what do you do for fun? And what do you do for fun? And I'm like, I don't know. I work. I don't know. I work on myself. I listen to YouTube videos, podcasts. I read. And I generally, like, I do that because I really like it. Like, it brings me a lot of fun. But I feel like now I can be more spontaneous. and I feel just more fun. Like I don't need to do different things to have more fun. I can just have fun while I'm doing the things that I do. Well, before I didn't feel safe to have fun because you feel like you're about to die. Like this is how I felt when I lived in survival mode. I felt like I could die anytime. Like, and then you're even irritated by other people's fun and be like, damn, I'm nearly dying over here. Like, how can you laugh? And then now it's just like, oh yeah, it's so nice. Life is so much fun and life is so much easier. I'm like, how could I have seen that situation as like so difficult just like a month ago? I'm like, oh, it's actually easy and it's actually fun. And there's so many opportunities and there's so many options. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say to expanding your ability to enjoy in your life and enjoy the things that you have in your life. Oftentimes we desire to have more things in order to enjoy and to have a more fulfilling life. And I believe that by expanding your ability to enjoy, you will have a more fulfilling life and you will create more opportunities to enjoy even more, starting from the internal instead of from the external. Yes. And of course, this topic, enjoyment, always is connected to your self-worth as well, because only when you feel worthy and you feel good enough that you can have such a good and enjoying life so much, you will allow yourself to do it. Otherwise, you will sabotage because you're like, oh, who am I to have such a fulfilling life? Who am I to enjoy? You will feel guilt, you feel unworthiness, and you will block your enjoyment and therefore also your feminine energy. So that's why I created a course. It's called Feminine Self-Worth, and all my key learnings about raising your self-worth and connecting more to your feminine energy is included in that course, with a lot of exercises and journal prompts that really help me to go to another level with my self-worth and connect deeper and more to my feminine energy. So if you're interested in checking that course out, the link will be in the description box, and I would love to see you in the next video. Bye bye. Your Naomi.